talking about girls, or can I shoot an intro?
Oh, you can't put that on film.
You cannot.
No, you can't.
Can't put Mitchell's little lover on the video?
You're gonna have to bleep that.
I mean, nobody knows who that is, so go ahead, put it on. I don't care.
I don't want you to have to kiss and tell Mitchell.
I didn't kiss it until I stayed home.
All right. Well, excuse the gossip, but today we are back with another video. We're out here. It's a gorgeous 50-degree day, and this is not going to be a story of the love life of Mitch Bix today. This is actually going to be a fishing video. Today we are out here. We're on, like I said, one of our favorite lakes. Beautiful sunny day, and we're targeting the elusive smallmouth bass. It is myself. We got Mitchell with. We got Shelby with. She's already getting amped up, hyped up, drinking a Red Bull. I like the enthusiasm. And in a second, we're gonna go look for some fish. A lot of times, like I said, first time on this lake this year, a lot of times, water temp 45 degrees right now. A lot of times you get some nice sunny days like this. These smallies slide up onto a lot of these flats, and a lot of that, I would say like 14 to like 5 foot zone. And we're gonna be looking for a lot of like sand to rock transitions, things like that. A lot of these areas that are very fertile, that just have a lot of life in the spring. And that's kind of the plan. Either we're gonna be side imaging fish in these transitions, or we're gonna be looking for nice rock just outside of the edge of any kind of like little protrusion that comes off the shoreline. So stay tuned, we'll go into some baits if we get there, but for right now, we got a couple of spots, gotta go out, find some fish. Shelby, any predictions?
I'm gonna catch the biggest one.
Shelby's gonna catch the biggest one. I'd say that's probably an accurate description or prediction, although I will contest you and also try to catch the biggest one.
We'll see.
All right, stay tuned. Spot number one coming up. There she goes. All right, so spot number one. This is kind of a long, flat area. We kind of roughly know where the sweet spot is, obviously, from just spending a lot of time out here, but there's always gonna be a little bit of looking around. I don't really care what Mitchell's gonna throw, so I'm just gonna tell you what me and Shelby are gonna throw here. I'm using the plastic. Start with this, and then we'll see from there, okay?
Cheater.
Oh, fine, I can give you one too if you really got that much confidence in the swim bait. I am gonna be fishing. Shelby has a lot of confidence in it, so maybe she'll be throwing one too. This is the Pendu jig on a 2.8-inch Kalen's tickle tail. The other bait we're gonna be throwing is the V-Rod in a 1/4 ounce. Both very good, proven early season smallmouth catching lures here. And Mitchell, what are you gonna throw?
I'm gonna throw plastic.
Mitchell's gonna throw plastic as well. Just gonna cut right to the chase. So since we are fishing such shallow water, Mitchell basically just got us close to this flat here. And I'm gonna start just kind of driving us around, weaseling us around, kind of in the correct depth range, so we don't spook these fish if we do see them on the side imaging. And yeah, that's kind of the plan for now. All right, so what we're looking at right here is the shallowest water is off our right side, and we can see we had a lot of plain sand right there that chimed into a little rock, and it came up about a foot right there. And we got really good rock on both sides of us right now, which lets us know there's in fact a rock point right here. So anywhere behind the boat or kind of side to side is probably going to be a good area to cast right now. And basically what we're just going to be trying to do is just work a lot of this stuff real nice and slow. Fish? Yeah? Mitchell got one first cast on the hair jig. He actually went with the hair jig, which is just always a solid bet. The second he put one on, I was jealous that he put on a hair jig because I just love fishing hair jigs. Nice fish too.
Nice little bassy.
Look at that guy. I'm gonna sneak back here so I can get a better shot.
Put this guy on the tour.
Look at that. Nice smallmouth coming topside right away.
Put this guy on the tour.
Take him like that.
Oh, I'm so short.
I have that issue every time.
Maybe we don't want to put you on the tour.
Don't put me on the tour.
It's a nice one though.
It is.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, I decided to rock the hair jig. Tom's throwing a plastic, Shelby's throwing the old V-Rod. First cast within 2 minutes.
Can't beat that.
Nice bass here. Get him back in, get some more.
Hair jig, all black,
All day long.
3/16 ounce, just a killer. Early season bait, and there we go. Number one on the board. Good work. Hooked up right there.
As I'm moving the boat.
Made a few casts back behind us, nothing happening. So I bombed one out the front and fish on. Doesn't feel too bad. Man, are these things fun. I'm fishing just a long, light rod, which just makes this all so much fun catching them on here. Come here, buddy. Where you at? Where you at? It's got to be a decent one, huh? Oh.
Nice fish.
There's not the correct kind of fish here. You're on the smallmouth spot. And got a walleye to choke this thing. And most of the time when you're just straight reeling these things, pretty much very low likelihood of actually catching a walleye. Obviously the season is closed. Obviously both these kind of fish inhabit a lot of these shallow flats. Just want to get them unhooked real quick here. Oh, there we go. Back he goes. You can't bite yet, buddy. You're out of season. But that's just kind of the realistic fact of fishing a lot of these spots this time of year. But just take good care of them, get them back in the water right away. And if we did get in a scenario where they were like all walleyes, or we caught a couple walleyes in a row, we'd obviously just move spots right away. You got one? Yeah. Mitchell's hooked up. Fish on with the hair jig. How's he feel, Mitchell?
Feels actually like a really nice fish.
Was it? Alright, fine, I'll get you on camera. Fish number 2 on a hair jig.
It is. Feels good. We'll see if it is good. Oh yeah, nice fish.
Nice bass. Almost looks like the same one you already caught.
It does. 2 nice bass.
On the hair jig, very few things as good as catching very finicky spring smallmouth than a small black hair jig. That was fast, Mitchell, but would you agree with it?
Yeah, that was great. Good rate up.
Now, can he land it?
This guy landed. If he does, he's going on the tour. Pro Bass Tour. Oh,
look at that.
Do you like that little
one? Nice fish, nice fish.
Look at the minnow in his mouth too. Check that out. See that?
Crazy. Puking up perch.
See this, Shelby?
Assuming is what that is. Little perch is what he's eating. Take a bite.
No.
There we go. Another solid fish. On the hair jig, getting her done. Tom, how many bass have you caught so far?
Just one walleye, one missed accidental walleye. So maybe it's going to be a hair jig kind of day. Although we have not found the big school yet, so it could still be luck that Mitchell has caught these first 2 fish, but we will see. The next one up. Oh, it's a hair jig kind of day.
Got him.
It's a hair jig kind of day. Shelster reeling, we're getting you a hair jig.
Said one more cast before we move. Look at that, Tom boy.
Time for a hair jig.
Is it the hair jig or is it the guy?
It's definitely the hair jig. I'm confident in saying that. What you got? What you got? What you got? They're a nice bass. Dude, is that the same one? Look at his mouth. It looks like it's gapped like that in the corner.
How could it be the same bass 3 times?
I'm not saying 3 times, but we'll have to take a look at the corner of its mouth here.
Well, I mean, if there's something to that, that's amazing to me. This looks like a bigger fish to me.
Yeah, hard to say. Yeah, it's definitely a different fish. Will he get it though? Will he get it?
Got him.
A nice one.
That's a bigger fish. Yeah.
Hold him out. Talk to me.
Definitely a different one. All right. Tom thinks it's a hair jig. I think it's just me.
Definitely the hair jig.
Probably the hair jig, but it's getting it done, so we're all going to switch to that. Here's actually good fish.
Probably about a 19.5 incher.
Solid fish.
Beauty.
Come back in and get some more.
Well, spot number 1 had a few fish. Not really the pile we're looking for though, so now we're on spot number 2 currently. And looking for fish. This is kind of just a really big flat sand flat with some kind of up and down stuff to it. A little bit of weeds, not much for rocking here, but the wind's coming in, which is always normally a good thing when you're fishing very shallow water. And we're kind of hoping at some point here, we're probably gonna swing the boat sideways like this and hopefully see a bunch of fish kind of like out in here is kind of the plan. And we'll see what happens, but we are all now rocking the hair jigs. And hair jigs catch fish, and they're just a phenomenal, really finessey spring smallmouth bait, which have been very popular. But basically, if you're not familiar with fishing it, you're fishing a very, very light one most of the time. Most times smallies, black, purple, a lot of your darker colors, and a lot of times marabou is kind of the deal. So Mitchell's hopefully here in a second going to put us on some fish. We'll all start casting backwards because when you're fishing very light hair jigs, the name of the game is being as controlled and as slow as possible. Long rods, light line to make bomb casts. So we'll see what happens. Got him? Keep reeling. It was. Wasn't a fish? That's a fish. I know it's weird on the hair jigs.
The wrist doesn't work.
There you go. Shelby's got one on the hair jig. Not a big one. She actually might have missed one. Might have had weeds on that cast. Who knows? But now she's got one.
My first one, but hey.
What about this biggest fish talk?
I know. That's what I get for being cocky.
Here he goes. Another nice bass on a hair jig, spot number 2. Good work. Hooked up right there. We're just kind of moving along here. And wow, I can't catch, I'm just catching all the wrong fish here. Very rarely do we actually catch these things on hair jigs when you're just straight reeling them up here in the spring. I mean, he's a healthy walleye, but not at all what we are after. I just can't seem to get away from the walleyes. Everybody else caught bass, and I'm just on the walleye train. And get him unhooked quick. Nice looking walleye, but not what we are after. It's all right. He'll be in good shape, and just these little tiny hair jigs seem to be. We're marking more fish than we are catching. Some days you catch more fish than you mark. And today they're definitely a little bit more finicky than kind of what they have been, but definitely around some fish. And that is the best part about the hummingbirds and using them as a tool is even if you're not catching fish, you know if you're around fish. And a lot of times you can come back later, try them at a different time, or you know to switch baits if you're seeing fish and just not getting bites. So it takes a lot of the guesswork out of the equation. Oh, right there. Just caught a little guy here. Feels like it might be slightly better, but pretty much made 3 casts. It's a decent fish, and caught 2 fish. Actually, it's a real nice bass. Take them like that. I can grab them here. Out deep, up shallow, just kind of mixing it up and trying to find some bigger concentrations of fish. Well, shallow water fish are obviously much more volatile with weather they don't like. I don't know if it's just cold nights or maybe just kind of a little bit more finicky day, but there's a decent one right there. Dragging a tube out deep. Kind of switched up to the tube jig program in some of this deeper water. Very few baits as good as just a 1/2 ounce, 3/8 ounce, and then just kind of your standard green pumpkin variety tubes when fish are kind of out in some of this deeper stuff. Whoa, that was a bad cast. And it's kind of the plan. Basically, when you're fishing a tube this early, get it down to bottom and just don't pull it off bottom. It's almost more just like a deathly slow reeling and just barely twitching your rod, most of the time not even reeling. Getting it out there, getting it to bottom, and just kind of barely pumping it and just kind of dragging it real light. Lots of dinkers down there. Oh, what is going on?
Tiny.
2 at a time. Are they both little guys? Oh, they're some cute little scrappers.
Little
Oh,
boys.
it is a little guy. He looked bigger than
Show off them little scrappers. Kind of figured it'd be mostly males out here in some of this deeper water, but
I think I win for the smallest.
Yeah, look at that. A couple little cuties. Just like myself. Hey, Shelby.
hooked up. Is this even a fish? Gotta be a fish, right? What else are we gonna snag here? What is going on? Oh my God! Look at this, Shelby. Catch of the day right there, man. Look at that. Caught a, I think I got a nice iPhone here. That's what I believe this is. Man, what are the odds of that, huh? There we go. Caught an iPhone on a tube jig. That's a first for me. Looks like the 6s. Looks like an iPhone 6 maybe. She's probably been down there a little while.
Still works.
Hello? Nobody laughed at that one?
See if any bass are calling.
All right, well, what can I say? It was kind of a little bit more of a grindy, had to hit a lot more spots than I thought we would to catch fish today, but apparently they're just not biting as well today for whatever reason that might be. But hey, came out, caught a few fish. We actually caught fish on hair jigs, caught fish on tubes, caught fish on swim baits, and can't complain too much, and caught a nice vintage iPhone even. Exciting stuff, I know. But you guys always say, I want to see more grinder videos, and a lot of times we don't always post the more difficult days, but today, like I said, we had to hit a lot of spots to catch the fish we did. I think we're fishing around a lot of fish that are not biting as well. A lot of times, you know, you can kind of get in an area, fire up a school, we could film a whole video there in like half an hour, 45 minutes. Just was not the case today. And there's a bunch of rain coming in, so we're gonna get out of here. But I do appreciate you guys watching all our spring content. And today's kind of is what it is. First time on this lake this year. Caught a few fish, can't complain too much, but I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for more content. No idea what we're gonna be doing next, but we'll be catching something somewhere. You can be guaranteed of that. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. And if you're not yet, please subscribe.